Hi everyone, it's Jackie back from a long time. It's Rose Gold Library and I'm very excited to be here. Well, for you to be here. So today it's going to be about a anime that I really love, and I'm finally reading the manga adaptation of the light novel, The Apothecary Diaries. If you don't know what this is about Mao, who's on the cover, who's an apothecary. Basically, the best way to describe it is a ye old pharmacist who knows how to make medicines and other drugs and stuff like that. And how she got essentially captured and sold off to the rear palace set in ancient China. Or the fact that she is also trying to hide the fact that she knows a lot, because it was back then where mainly only wealthy women actually had a good education and she has a specific skill set. So she's like, I'm just gonna live out my contract for the next, I believe, 2 years, and then just go home and go back to my dad. Well, there was drama in the palace. Two of the emperor's concubines, who were both pregnant at the same time, who just had kids at the same time. There was drama because there was a white face powder that made both of the children ill, and Mao knows what it is, so she secretly sent out a warning to both of the concubines. Only one of them took warning of it, and the other, let's just say, there was other stuff that got in the way of that message being received. And then she gets caught, being legible or illiterate, and that's how it starts. Now she's a part of the Rare Palace officially in Lady Gyokyo. I feel like I always mispronounce that. And then it starts going into a lot of mysteries, a lot of drama, a little bit of romance. So the Apothecary Diaries, this is the Nekokurake. I feel like I'm very pronouncing these names wrong. But the Apothecary Diaries by Natsu Hyuga. It's originally a light novel, but then it got translated into English, and then English went into different mangas. I don't really know the specific order of how the events occurred, but there's 2 mangas that are currently out. This one is more focused on the drama, love, and comedy aspect, and the more the little details that the light novel has gone into. Well, there's another one that is more based on the mystery, more of the best way to describe it, like Criminal Minds aspect of it. And everything it is, this one is by Square Enix Manga, and it's 170 pages, so that's fun. It's a quick read, and these are the first words that Mao says, especially in the cold open. Gosh, I wish I should go for some street style meat skewers right now. Me, anytime I go to downtown and get some tacos, that's what I really want. And the last words of the manga, of the chapter, of the volume, I wonder what could cure. And this is basically mostly up to like the first 3 chapters. And my favorite chapter within this volume is The Heavenly Maiden of the Court. I found the chocolate scene in where Mama knows how to make chocolate. So this is actually a very interesting aspect of how Mama knows a lot of things from the Western world, like for example, like cacao comes from I just found the fact that it's used as a aphrodisiac. So she knows how to make it, and to quote her later on in the anime, she's built different. So it is really funny where she's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this. Because fun fact, she loves to poison herself to build up tolerance because, you know, she's just built different. She just want to test out all the poisons in the world. And I just love how it's so full of mystery, and how in this world that we're set in, it is very bright and colorful, but you actually see there's deceit. There's also people who know, because everyone wants to get in the Emperor's good graces, how some people actually want to be in love with the Emperor, or other people are like, I'm here to fulfill my duty. Others are like, I have no other option but to be here. And others are just like, I just want my contract to be done, and hopefully I get married off to a good place. And also it's really built on how well you can cheat the system. So my thoughts and recommendations. I recommend getting into some form of anything related to the Apothecary Diaries, either through the anime, the manga, the light novel. It is an interesting story in how Malmo's constantly like, I don't want to get involved. Q2 continually getting involved. And with the manga so far, it's a late read, and I got more interested in medicine, in terms of like, oh yeah, I didn't realize like back then like aloe vera would be used in this situation. Little things like that where you take things for granted. And knowing a little bit more about being closer. So this, I decided to give this little story that I'm falling in love with. I say little as if it's not literally one of the biggest animes currently. And I decided to give this little... I was trying to go with medicine. 4 out of 5. Little medicine/cat, but you know what? That's fine. Try to make little cattails because Mao Mao. Fun fact, Mao Mao in Chinese literally means cat. So she's basically called Cat, or that's her name, Mao Mao. And they do make a lot of references to the fact that like when she gets excited, it's like a little cat ears. I'm very excited for the anime to be continuing on, and I hope that you come by and see more soon. Goodbye!